Hi everybody, welcome to Creative Pouring by Cheryl. I'm Cheryl. Today what I'm doing is I've got it all set up. I'm just going to pour some clear into some of these duck molds. You'll see why in a little bit. I'm just going to pour some to the bottom. I'm going to do a new technique. Well, I'm going to do a technique that I know y'all have seen, but I think it's adorable. Let me squish his face. I've not done this mold before. So I know there's bubbles in there. I can see them. Get them out of there. Get them out of his beak. Let me pour some more in so it'll come up higher. I want it to go over his tail, but I don't want it to be too deep. There we go. And I'll pour the rest of this into those little duckies. And it's just going to be clear. Get one of my micro brushes to get those bubbles popped. Or at least up to the surface so I can pop them. I'm using my Teexpert resin. And I've got a new mixer. I've got the Resiner's double head mixer. And it seems to be working really good. I'm not putting that many bubbles into it when I'm mixing it anymore. There, got that bubble out of there. Make sure there's no bubbles in the tail. There, I'm only filling it up part of the way, as you can see. Now it's time to get the little duckies filled. I'm just going to fill up their head and part of their body. If you do this, don't forget to squeeze their heads. I'm pouring it thin, with a small stream so that it'll have less chance of having a bubble in there, hopefully. Okay, oop, there's a bubble in that one. I can see it pop up already. I want to try to get into their beaks because that's the main area where the bubbles hide. See the two bubbles that just came out? Find their beaks. Look at that bubble that just popped out of his beak. They like to hide in there a lot. Okay, I will be back once these are cured enough to do the next step. Well, I got those cured, so let's go ahead and continue on. What I'm going to do is I've got a little bit of water with some dish soap. See the Dawn? And I'm going to put a lid on it so it don't make a big mess and shake it up. Shake it up over here. We shake it up really good. So that you got bubbles. See the bubbles? Now when you're scooping these bubbles, just use something to just kind of take the top off. But before you do that, I totally forgot. We're going to put some high gloss UV resin in there. In each one. Just a little bit, just to cover just so that it'll cover it a little bit, because we're going to make it so that it has like a bubble bottom. Want enough in there to cover it, but not too much to where it's going to fill it up. I'm going to take a little mica brush and just kind of spread it around a little bit. I need a little more in there. And it doesn't matter if it has bubbles or not in it, because honestly, it's going to have bubbles in it. Okay. Now that I got that done, we're going to take the bubbles and just kind of put them in there. Just bubbles only. Don't mix water with it. The water and resin do not mix, so... just kind of pop them in there. No, don't really pop them, but put them in there. That big bubble ain't gonna work. Okay. And I'm only gonna do these little ones first. Get in there. They have big bubbles. We want to pop those great big bubbles, but we want the little bubbles. Okay. Now that we got that done, let's go ahead and cure it. Ah! Things don't fall apart. All right, these are cured. Don't know if they worked out, but once they do cure, take a paper towel and just dry them. Just poke in there and dry all those suds that are in there, if there's any in there. Well, it didn't turn out as good as I hoped, but that's okay. We'll deal with that here in a little bit. It's this big one that I'm wondering if it'll do. I'm going to pull this shelf out of here. This one's a little bigger, so it probably will work better. Just take the high gloss or UV resin, and I'm going to pour it in here all around it. And get that mica brush and make sure it's all around there. Make sure it's covering it, and it looks like it. Take just the bubbles. Make sure you do not get any water. Let's hope I got it in there. You go ahead and put it under here and cure it, and we'll be right back. All right, that should work. Put this, let me put this away. Okay, like I said, take a napkin or a paper towel and dry it the best you can. There's no water in there. They're not perfect, but I went ahead and put a little more suds in this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my Chameleon powders with a brush, and I'm going to brush Chameleon powders in here. And I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do the the blue. It's actually blue, green, golden. That's just a pretty color. We'll put some in here. Brush it all in, all those little holes. I'm going to brush up the sides as well. The hole on the side of the ducky. There. More there. It's not going to be perfect, but I think I'm just testing it out anyway. Now what I'm doing is I'm just going along on the side of the ducky, on the silicone part of the ducky, because I'm going to back it in black. So the silicone should pop. I know it's going to be underneath everything, but it'll be all right. Here we go. And these I'm just going to do different colors. I'm probably going to do 4 and 4 of each. I want yellow, you know, yellow ducky. Here, 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 and there. Now we got, oops, let me put a little more in there. This one is the yellow, purple, golden. And the other ones I'm going to do red, golden, green. Yeah, red, golden, green. Reminds me of Chameleon. You know that song, Old in the Days? I always thought it said red, golden, green. I don't know what it says. Now I got that song stuck in my head. That's silly of me. Okay. I don't know if it's sticking to the silicone or not. Okay, well, we'll figure it out. I'm going to mix up my Teexpert resin and I'll be right back to you. Okay, I've got my Teexpert resin mixed up. We're going to go ahead and use my black paste. It's a DIY black paste. I'm just going to take it and stir it up. Scrape some of that off. And that's all the paste I'm going to use because this stuff gets black fast. This stuff is very pigmented in this one. DIY craft. I've had it for a while. Sorry it's so messy looking, but it tends to be very messy. like you touch it and black is over everything. So let me go ahead and mix this up. See how much black came out on that? I might get a bigger thing to mix it with. There we go. Bigger stick. Okay, and here we go. Just pour it, fill it up. Move that out of the way. These are tiny little specks. I love these little bitty duckies. I'm hoping the bakes don't have all those air holes. I pulled a bunch of them out yesterday, and well, as you've seen me do. I think I had the exact right amount for these. That doesn't happen very often. All right then. I'll go ahead and let these cure. I'll pop those bubbles. I went ahead and did that because it was easier just to clean it up after I'm done. You know, let it go from side to side than to have to worry about stopping and starting it. The drip, that is. Okay. Now all I have to do is spray it. Give it a quick little spray with isopropyl, 91% isopropyl alcohol. And these bubbles are supposed to pop. I will see you when this is done. All right, I'm back. These are all nice and cured. Let's go ahead and check these out. Ooh, that turned out beautiful. And the bills look like they're nice and no holes. That turned out amazing. Look at that. Okay, there's those four. And then here's the yellow four. Yellow, green, gold. Oh, wow. They look so cute. I don't think they're bad. Not bad at all. Got most of the bubbles out of their beaks, so it looks pretty decent. Let's go ahead and get this big one out. Oh, that one was easy to get out. Oh, look at that. Look at those bubbles in there. That turned out beautiful. Could have been a little better on the putting it together. And they've got some bubbles around the edges here that I did not see. And in the fins. But look at that. He's a cutie. Those bubbles look so cute. Can you see them? Barely. This looks like a matte mold, so it's kind of hard to see them. But look at these in this. Look at that. I'm going to try to get some good pictures of these. Look at that. It's not perfect, but that color worked amazing. Let me see. Here's one with a lot of bubbles. See them in there? Well, that turned out good. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. It really helps my channel. And hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. I love y'all, my subscribers. You guys are great. Thank you so much for everyone who's bought me a coffee. And thank you for watching. Until next time, see you then. Bye for now.